is now. So he said the college needed it worse than the fish, so he just gave it to them. But San Marcos was very, very small in those days. Yeah, I remember going to the movie, going to the, I think, Mr. Zinnerman had the movie, and we could go to the movie on Saturday, and Dad gave us a quarter each, and that was for your popcorn and your candy, and our tickets were 15 cents. So you had a dime for your to spend. So that, like I say, it was 15 cents for your ticket. So I give you a dime. You could get a nickel bag of popcorn, a nickel bag of candy, and always the cereal. They always had a cereal from week to week, and it was usually Tarzan, the Tarzan cereal. But we'd always like to go from one week to the next so we keep up with what was happening. It's kind of like your soap operas now on TV. If you missed a week, you got behind on the little ones that they showed. But we had a lot of times we had to walk, to get to the movies. But we had the San Marcos River, and so you could go swimming before you went to the movie and go swimming after the movie. So I come up to Dripping Springs, and I really liked it up here. It was really pretty. Had a beautiful spring coming out down below the house here, and so I went down, built the dam down there, and so I've been here 20 years, and it's just really nice. I just love Dripping Springs. When I first moved up here, it had one little grocery store and a small post office and one cafe, and you could drive from here to Austin and maybe pass one car, or you could drive from here to San Marcos and maybe pass two cars. There was just hardly no traffic at all, and it was just but they had 4 churches. You had a choice on churches in Dripping Springs, and but it was just such a small town. I mean, just hardly anything here. There was no industry, and all they had here was just the little store up there. They had a place where people brought their sheep in. They sheared the lambs and brought the wool in to Rippy's place up here and sold their wool every year. And it was just very, very small. We call it Madrona Springs. Madrona in Spanish means strawberry. So we have trees here that grow nowhere else except right in this area. They're called a madrone tree. Madrona is, they grew, so I just named the springs. And I'd been collecting airheads all my life. And my mother collected airheads, and I still have, a few of them left. But it was like I say, in this country here, it was mostly the Comanche and the Taronqua down on the coast, was in this area. So they made beautiful arrows.
What started your interest in that? Did you have an interest in the Indians?
There was a lady in San Marcos. Her name was Miss Story, and she was with the archaeology department in Austin, and she was Roger Story's wife, I believe, and she told me, we got to talking about airheads, and then she kind of got me interested in, really getting into it. So we dug for airheads all over this country. We dug down in Little Arkansas. Well, that's all over this area. The immediate area. We never really got out of this area. I still love to play music, although I've got a heavy emphysema now, and my voice is not real good anymore. And so sometimes we'll set up just a family and all get together on Christmas, and especially on Thanksgiving, and all just sit around the living room and play a little music.
Tell a little bit more about what kind of music you like.
Well, I think I was just born and raised on country music. I like all kinds of music. I think country music is most down to earth, and country music used to tell a story. It used to tell you about a bad love affair or a happy time, or so country music to me just kind of tells you a story. My all-time favorite country singers was Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, of course, and I'd say George Jones. They were all, my favorite singers. And they're all getting up in age now, but some of them still around, still going. Okay, I got a 1937 Martin guitar that during World War II, Hank Williams was playing over at the old, I think it was the Roundup in San Antonio. And my brother was in the Navy, and he was on furlough, and he stopped there at the Roundup to the dance. And he said, this guy gave him a fifth of whiskey for this guitar. And I said, well, what did he look like? And well, he was kind of a skinny, tall dude. And I said, well, that might have been Hank Williams. And he said, well, I don't know who he was. He said, I just traded it with him, so he got me this. It was a 1937 Martin. So it's really, really old. And so my brother knew I liked, guitars and stuff, so he brought me that guitar. He said, hey, it may have been Hank Williams. I don't know. He said it was back, Hank Williams mother was living in San Antonio.
Yeah, might have been.
And he said, it might have been. He said, you might have a famous old guitar. And I said, well. A long time forgotten dream just fell by the way, and the good life she's living ain't the one she's living today. She never complains about the bad thing and the bad things I've done. Just talks about the good times we had, all good times to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. Oh, was an old-fashioned meeting in an old-fashioned place. Some old-fashioned people had some old-fashioned grace. Like an old-fashioned sinner, I began to pray. Then God heard me and He saved me in an old-fashioned way. There was singing, such singing by those old-fashioned airs. There was power, such power in those old-fashioned prayers. Like an old-fashioned sinner, I began to pray. Then God heard me and He saved me in an old-fashioned way. Then God heard me and He saved me in an old-fashioned way.